Okay, so your new client is here, they're motivated, they're ready to go, and they're looking at you expecting to start lifting some heavy stuff today, right? Wrong. So wrong. And honestly, pumping the brakes right now is the most professional thing you can possibly do. What's up, team, and welcome back to Subjects Simplified. Today, we are digging into the single most important part of training someone, the very beginning. We're going to break down the essential screening you absolutely have to do, the vital health numbers you need to get, and, this is the big one, how to read those numbers like a pro. This is how you build programs that are not only effective, but safe. Let's get your coaching career started on the right foot. Right, so before your client even looks at a dumbbell, you've got to tackle the paperwork. I know, it's not the exciting part, but trust me, this stuff can literally save a life and your career. First up is something called the PAR queue. You can think of this as your first line of defense. It's a really simple questionnaire, and its whole job is to quickly flag any major health issues that mean your client needs to chat with a doctor before they even think about doing a single burpee with you. The questions are pretty straightforward. Do you have a heart condition? Do you ever lose consciousness? This isn't just bureaucratic red tape, it's a critical safety check. Look, a yes answer here doesn't mean they're banned from fitness forever. It just means they absolutely need a doctor's clearance before you two go any further. This part, it's completely non-negotiable. Next up, you've got your lifestyle questionnaires. These are amazing because they give you the bigger picture of what's going on. How much are they sleeping? Are they totally stressed out of their mind from exams? Are they living on coffee and ramen? This info is absolute gold when you're trying to build a program that's actually realistic for them. And then, we have the legal stuff. The informed consent form is so crucial. The best way to think about it is like the terms and conditions that they actually need to read. This is where your client formally says, yep, I get that exercise has some risks, and I'm choosing to do this anyway. It protects them, and it definitely protects you. And finally, just remember, you're handling some really sensitive information here. Data protection, that's your legal duty to keep their personal info secure. Then there's client confidentiality, which is your professional promise not to go gossiping about their progress or what they're struggling with. So their secret deadlift PR, totally safe with you. All right, paperwork is done. Now it's time to play detective. We're going to get the numbers that will shape your client's entire program. This is where we get our all-important baseline data. Let's start with resting heart rate, or RHR. It's so simple to measure, but it is such a powerful metric for checking out someone's cardiovascular health. Generally, a lower RHR means a more efficient heart, which is a fantastic sign of good aerobic fitness. And this just shows you what a huge difference training can make. An elite cyclist, right? Their resting heart rate might be as low as 40 beats per minute. It's incredible. Meanwhile, a stressed out college student during finals week, they could be pushing 75 or even higher, thanks to no sleep and, let's be real, a whole lot of caffeine. Next up, you're going to measure blood pressure. This basically tells you how much force their blood is putting on their artery walls as it circulates. It's a vital sign for heart health, and a high reading is a major red flag that we just can't ignore. Then you've got the body mass index, or BMI. I'm sure you've heard of this one. It's calculated from height and weight, and it's supposed to give a general idea of body fatness. But, as we're about to see, it doesn't always tell the whole story, especially when you're working with athletes. And finally, the waist to hip ratio. This is a super quick measurement that helps us figure out where a person tends to store their body fat. Storing more fat around the waist is linked to higher health risks, so this is a really useful number to have in your back pocket. Okay, so you've got all this data, all these numbers. What does any of it actually mean? Well, this is the moment you stop being just a data collector and you become an expert coach. This is where the magic happens. To make any sense of these numbers, you have to compare them to something called normative data. That's just a fancy term for the established averages for specific groups of people. The best way to think about it is like setting the difficulty level on a video game. You gotta know if your client is a total beginner or if they're a seasoned pro ready for the final boss. Context is everything. So here's the crucial part. You can't just use one normal chart for every single person. You have to compare your client's results against the right group. Is this person a sedentary office worker, or are they a competitive athlete? The healthy or normal range is going to be completely different for them. Okay, let's run through a quick example. Let's say you're working with a soccer player, and you calculate their BMI and it comes out to 27. So, what do you think? Is a BMI of 27 good? Is it bad? Just take a second and think about what that number suggests to you off the bat. Now, if you pull up a standard BMI chart for the general population, a score of 27 puts our soccer players squarely in the overweight category. But hold on. Here's the massive catch with BMI. It can't tell the difference between fat and muscle. Our soccer player is an athlete. They have powerful, dense muscles in their legs. And it's that muscle mass that's pushing their BMI up, not excess body fat. This is the perfect example of why you have to interpret data within the context of the individual standing in front of you. And that brings us to the most important rule of this whole process. You are not a doctor. If that PAR Q has a yes on it, if you get a high blood pressure reading, or if anything else just feels off, your job is to refer them to a medical professional. Seriously, when in doubt, always refer out. It's the safest, smartest, and most professional thing you can do. So let's end with this question. Are you just going to be a rep counter, or are you going to be a professional coach? Knowing this entire screening process, inside and out, that's the difference. This is how you build a real foundation for safe, effective, and truly personalized training. Hey, if this explainer simplified things for you, do me a favor and hit that like button. And make sure you subscribe to the Subject Simplified channel for more content to help you ace your courses. Thanks for watching.